Greetings, YouTube. Beautiful mind here. Another question on transformation of functions. Here we take a look at this function called the greatest integer function. And the graph of the greatest integer function basically is like a step function. It's called a step function because it looks like the steps on the staircase, right, when you graph it. And so the greatest integer function, when we input a value, it returns the greatest integer less than or equal to our number. So whenever we get an x value that's between two integers, like say we did, I don't know, 5.78, blah, 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 right? Something between 5 and 6. Whenever we input something between 5 and 6, it's like a floor function. So it defaults to the left integer. In this case, it'll be 5. Say we did the greatest integer less than or equal to negative 2.7, blah, 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 like negative 2 point something, right? Notice that negative 2.7 is between negative 3 and negative 2, so then that would actually default to negative 3, right? So the greatest integer less than or equal to negative 2.7 something would be negative 3. And then whenever we're on an integer, we take that integer, right? So we're asked to graph this. We have the greatest, so if we start with the greatest integer function, let's see if we can, and typically, it passes through the origin, right? It touches the origin. Let's see, so the transformations here, we have the plus 3 on the inside of our basic function. That's going to move it left by 3, and then we multiply the outside by 2. So that's going to cause a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. So automatically, because we did a vertical stretch by a factor of 2, I'm going to rule out C and D. Those don't look like they were stretched. They look more so like they were compressed, right, in a vertical sense. So then now I'm deciding between A and B. If we do a plus 3 on the inside, that's going to elicit a horizontal change, and it should move it to the left by 3. Let me say it's looking like B. 1, 2, 3, right? And we can test. We can check and make sure that it works. For instance, if x were negative 1.5, right? If we're here at negative 1.5, the corresponding y should be, what is that? 2. So notice here, if we went to negative 1.5, then the answer is, let me see, negative 1.5 plus 3 is going to be a positive 1.5. The greatest integer less than or equal to 1.5, I think, is 1. 1 times 2 is indeed 2, right? That's what we wanted. So I'm going to go with B, cross my fingers, and don't tell a lie. Okay. And so on that note, we're going to end the session here. And from one beautiful mind to another, enjoy the rest of your day. This is up, A-Town down. Peace. You! Okay.